Hello, I'm Maggie Pashley and I'm a hypnotherapist working in County Sligo, and I wanted to talk about hypnotherapy, especially at this time of year, which is the beginning of 2018, and I see so many people making New Year resolutions either to stop smoking, lose weight, do more exercise, be more motivated in their business, and many other such well-meaning new behaviours they want to bring in for themselves. And typically by the mid-January people are really struggling to keep on going. They've forgotten what it was they were aiming to do, or sometimes they're even sabotaging themselves. And it's always seemed to me that hypnotherapy is a great way of helping you achieve goals, whatever they are, make changes in your life, whatever they might be. And the important thing that I think makes it effective is you're not relying just on willpower to make those changes, because willpower is very draining, really. Obviously it's important to have willpower, but to just rely on willpower alone is very tiring, because it's like we're trying to force ourselves to do something that doesn't actually feel all that natural, doesn't always feel all that enjoyable. And because we are motivated to find the easiest way through life, we're programmed to try and find the easiest way through life, we end up giving up and going back to our old habits, and then feeling even more demotivated. So hypnotherapy is effective because it harnesses the power of your unconscious mind, and to help you make changes, to help you create different goals, whatever it is, in a much more natural way, in a way that feels like it's what you want to do, it's what you can enjoy doing, and even the sensation sometimes that it's always been that way. So for example, I have smokers who have been smoking for a couple of decades or longer, and they can feel like it feels fairly normal or easy to just leave behind that habit. And in a hypnotherapy session, my job is to find a way of speaking to your unconscious mind, so using language that it understands, using obviously I'm using words, but I'm using words that will appeal to your unconscious, that use sensory words, so you can have an experience of what the new behaviour, what the new state would feel like, what it would look like, what it would sound like, and any other senses that might bring up that experience. So it's like we're mentally rehearsing the new situation, and that makes it much easier, because when we imagine something, it becomes like it's already happening. Our body responds to very strongly to what it imagines vividly, and that's one reason we can get so fearful, because our bodies are responding as if something is actually happening. And so hypnotherapy is very good at creating what we might call new neural pathways. So it's a little bit, an analogy would be if you were to go down a path over and over again, it would get broader and it would get easier to go down that path, and the path would be clearer. Equally, if there was a path that wasn't used very much, then that path would get perhaps just covered in brambles. It would be difficult to go down that path. So things that we do a lot become almost like that we have a strong association with them. We've got a strong neural pathway wanting to do that thing. So for example, if you're a smoker who's been smoking for 50 years, you've got a very strong neural pathway impelling you to smoke. So with hypnotherapy and using language, imagery, using different ways of motivating you, it's like we're beginning to, we're closing down that neural pathway that felt so easy, so compelling, and we're making it a bit more of a disused pathway that you wouldn't want to go down, you wouldn't enjoy going down, and the new pathway gets opened up. So you enjoy, in the example of smoking, you enjoy being a non-smoker, and really it feels natural, it feels like what you want to do, and the idea of smoking feels probably like it did the first time you ever had a cigarette, which was repellent. Most children or young people, when they have a first cigarette, really don't like the smell, the taste, and it's like they have to learn how to enjoy it. So that's one way in which hypnotherapy is very, very good at helping us use our imagination, use our deeper mind to make changes. Another way that it is also very good is helping us uncover any unconscious blocks there might be to us succeeding. And then by dealing with those blocks, we find we have no need to self-sabotage, that we can actually really be much more congruent, much more aligned with our goals, and make the achieving of them much easier. And a further way in which I think hypnotherapy can be brilliant is actually drawing on our own powerful inner resources, just really by engaging that unconscious part of our mind and setting it a task to sometimes to find the easiest way of doing X, Y and Z. And it's amazing what can happen. Either we become less stressed about doing the particular thing that used to stress us out, or we find better ways of doing it, or we suddenly realise we could ask for help, or we could combine things. So our deeper minds can be really, really inventive. So asking the right questions, and knowing that deeper part of ourselves is really very wise. After all, it knows how to run our bodies, it knows how to keep us alive. It has such an intelligence, and it's using it in a way that's really going to help us. So hypnotherapy can be used for all sorts of things, and in my career as a hypnotherapist, which spans 30 years at least now, I've helped people with all sorts of things. So from stopping smoking, feeling healthier, slimmer, feeling more confident about a particular area of their life, having easier childbirth, controlling pain, you name it really, and it's a very enjoyable to see people really go beyond what they think is possible for themselves. Sometimes with hypnotherapy, change can be much faster than most people believe is possible. At the same time, there are times when things may be more complicated and more sessions are required. But my aim is always to help people feel better, healthier, happier in as few sessions as possible. And although I work in County Sligo near Durham West, I do also do Skype sessions to anywhere in the world, and in the Skype session it would be very similar to as if you were present with me. We can work over video, and I will record the session so you can listen to it later, and you can hear my voice taking you back into the session, reinforcing whatever we did. So if it feels like you really want to make some changes in 2018 and you want to do it the easier way, then do please get in touch. And you can find me on my website, which is very simply www.maggiepashley.com, and my Facebook page is Change for Life with Maggie Pashley. So please do get in touch, or if you just need some more information, then just drop me a line, and you can find my email on my website. So I wish you all the very best in 2018. Thank you.